This video will instruct you on how to access and set up the wiADVISOR pricing wizard for factory-required service. To access the pricing wizard for factory-required services, you'll need to go to chrysler.advisordashboard.net and log in using your username and password, and then click Enter. Once you are signed in, on the upper left-hand side of the screen, click on the hyperlink titled Click Here to select your dealership. The name of your dealership will appear. Click on the dealership name and then click the Select button. Once you have clicked on the Select button, a menu will appear on the left-hand side of the page. Under the Administration tab, click on OMM Admin. You will then be directed to Step 1 of the Pricing Wizard for your factory-required services. Please note, the Pricing Wizard is your default screen when you click on OMM Admin. Step 1 will allow you to set your dealership's parts pricing, as well as labor operation guidelines. This step does not define your final service pricing, however. It allows you to set some universal guidelines. To start, you have two options to choose from for your dealership's labor times. You can select the average dealer times, which is based on a sample of wiADVISOR dealers, or you can select the warranty times as defined by Chrysler. If you choose the warranty times, an additional option is made available to apply a percentage markup on the labor times. After selecting your labor times, you can proceed to enter your maintenance labor rate as well as your target effective labor rate. Please keep in mind that this is only for your factory-required maintenance services. Next is to configure your parts markup. You have two options to choose from: cost only or retail price only. Once you have selected your preferred markup option, you can then enter your percentage value in the part markup field, following with your target gross profit percentage in the target gross profit field. Finally, you will then select your part tape option. You can have the monthly part tape update your part cost only and not change the menu price, or you can have the part tape automatically update your part cost and the menu price. Ensure to click on Save once you've completed the above information. Please note, all changes made in Step 1 will impact the pricing in the following steps. Step 1 is typically used during the initial setup, and it is not recommended that you'd make changes to this step in the future unless you're looking to start the pricing wizard again from the beginning. Once Step 1 is complete, you can now move on to Step 2. To move forward, click on the Next button on the bottom right-hand side of the pricing wizard. Step 2 is where you can input and apply a pricing matrix if applicable for your factory-required maintenance services. To create a matrix, enter in the matrix name in the Insert New Record field. Input display order number and select Insert. Once the matrix has been created, select the matrix name and a menu appears below. This is where you can start to build your matrix. You'll need to enter the price range that you wish to apply a markup to, then enter the applicable markup percentage. Select Insert for each entry. You can create as many matrices and pricing points as you need per your DMS configuration. Once your dealership's matrix has been created, click on the Next button on the bottom right-hand side of the pricing wizard to proceed forward. Step 3 is where you can manage your part pricing in more detail. Once you select a part group from the menu, you'll notice that the settings have already been populated. These settings carried over from the configuration you set up in Step 1. You can now make the changes to the markup, apply a matrix, or set a flat rate price to the selected part group. Be sure to always hit the Save button when making changes. Once you select a parts group, the parts associated with the group populate below. There you can gather information about the part number, which vehicle it belongs to, and pricing information. You can also change the part sale price manually and lock it to prevent other settings, such as the monthly part tape, from affecting it. Again, be sure to hit the Save button when making changes to this section. Once complete, click the Next button to proceed to Step 4. Step 4 is where you can manage your labor groups, DMS operation codes, and further pricing details. Once you select a labor group, you have several boxes where you can update information for the whole labor group. Below the text boxes, you can adjust which shop supplies and taxes will be applied to this specific labor group. If there are changes you wish to make to specific services within a group, you can edit the information service by service in the bottom section. Here, you can update the DMS operation code, labor time, labor rate, or labor sale. You can also further update the pricing of the parts required for the service if you wish to make an exception to the part markups that were applied previously. When navigating through this group, you can select the blue information button to see which vehicles the service applies to, as well as to obtain detailed information on which parts numbers are being billed to this service. If you wish to have the changes locked so that the monthly part tape does not affect your menu pricing, click the Lock button beside the service you wish to remain untouched. Remember to always click the Save button when making changes. Once complete, click on the Next button to proceed to Step 5. This final step gives you a brief snapshot of your target ELR and actual ELR, as well as your target gross profit and actual gross profit. If you're satisfied with the effective labor rate and gross profit, proceed to click on the Apply Pricing button. It will then notify you that you've successfully updated the pricing wizard. Click the white X in the message box to return back to the pricing wizard. If you require further assistance, please contact the wiADVISOR support team at 855-wiADVISOR 942-3847 or by email at support@wiADVISOR.com.